Having a supportive parent is a luxury and a blessing that is not every child have a privilege of having that. And I would say I have that. I'm so disappointed with what the first lady said today. Because of that, I'm going to share the story of how I was harassed by my daddy's best friend, and let me see how that relates to me making myself cheap. What we have to understand is that some men actually see women as prey, as something to prey on, and there you are as a woman enabling them by saying women should stop making themselves cheap. Who is going to hold these men accountable? Who is going to hold them accountable? Why will I be harassed and also be blamed? Why? Anyway, I will try to make this story as quick as possible. If you all know, I don't like sharing my story to the public. I know that they say, hey, when you're vulnerable, people trust you. Yes, I can be vulnerable, but not to the public. I'm not that kind of person that wants to gather sympathy with my story, with that sad story. I don't want it. I feel like it's not everybody that's supposed to hear my story. But because of what is happening now and the narrative being curated, so I need to share this story. So this happened in my year 1 in the university when I was trying to get to FUTO. I had promised myself that I would write JAMB once and also WAEC 1, and I would get to university. And that happened like that. So one thing lead to another. The school I used to make my first choice, I said I don't want to go there again. I don't want to leave Imo State. I want to stay in Imo State. And I want to go to Federal University. I don't know the psychic that they passed to me then that made me change. So I did not go for my first choice. And my second choice was FUTO. And how I could get there was through supplementary. So my parents got the supplementary form for me. I filled it. And then my dad told me that one of his friends is in FUTO that I know very well. This is my dad's friend that used to come to our house every weekend. I said every blessed weekend he must come to the house. Yeah, my dad will stay, gist, talk, we know ourselves. And I was just a child. I was naive. I was innocent. I don't know my left from right then. So my dad asked, okay, I'll go and meet him. I went to meet him. So I went to his office. I was able to locate his office. And then I saw him. It was such a pleasant surprise. That little girl of yesterday now coming to university. He said I should wait for him, that he's busy. When he finished, we're going together. I was sitting there waiting for my father in my mind. So when he finished, we went down to where he parked. We entered inside his car. Immediately we get inside his car. This man hand went to my lap straight. I removed his hand he started telling me stories. I should wait, I should cool down, that he'll be gentle. He started telling me stories of ladies that I respect so much, ladies that I admire so much, how he all helped them to get admission, how they all slept with him, how I must do it. And he would take care of me, he'll be giving me money. Then I was shocked. I was traumatized. I couldn't hold it. My body was shaking. And the kind of sweat that was coming out from my body that moment, oh my God. Right there, I now was now thinking, oh, those ladies I respect so much and all this, that. So he forced them. He forced them the way he's doing to me now to sleep with them so that he can give them admission. Inside there, I said, God will never forgive this man though. Go buy well. That was how inside my mind, I was not telling him, please leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I told him, can I stop? Let him go. We are going together. At the point, I was so uncomfortable and wanted to just come down from that vehicle, but there is no way. He kept driving, telling me. That day, I now understood that this is men's strategy. When a man wants to manipulate you or they want to bully you to go against your will, they will tell you stories of women that are better than you, women that are smarter than you, women that are older than you, they're more intelligent than you, that they did that same thing with, just to make you feel less of yourself, so that you can easily succumb to their demand. That's what he was doing that day. But I was able to catch the joke. So he drove and entered inside one restaurant that day. And he ordered for snail. I did not eat one of those snails. I was sweating. I was begging him, let me go. He said, no, we'll just do. It will not waste time. 5 minutes, we are finished. We'll go through, say, you give me money, I'll get admission. In FUTO here, you'll be taking care of me. My parents will take care of me. I know your parents will take care of you. This, that, until I started crying. He now looked at me and said, I've not touched you and you're sweating like this. I started crying. He now asked me, can you locate your way? Immediately, I said yes. He said, you can go. If you see the speed I used to jump out of that place, I ran out of that place. I saw a bike. I told the bike, I want to get to where I'm going to, where I'll get the vehicle that is going to be. As I was on top of that bike, I was crying. I was traumatized. The bike was asking me what happened. I don't know this bike. I can't take the bike anything. Just take me to where I'll get the vehicle to be. We get there immediately. There's a vehicle loading. I jumped there. Even people inside the car was looking at me because this is a princess in distress. I was so disorganized, so disoriented. Thank God I remember to pick my form. He was telling me to leave that form there, that you submit it. Maybe so that my parents will still think everything went well. I refused to drop my phone with him. I went home with the form. So getting to the house, I saw my mom. My mom saw me. He knows that all is not well. I was crying. I was with the form. He said, what happened? Didn't you see him? This, that. I did not want to talk to my mom. Straight to my room. I was crying. So now, the promise I made myself, I was desperate. I was desperate to get into university. I made myself promise that my first sitting. Now, this man is going to make me to lose this jam because I know I'm not going to that school again. Nothing can make me to go to that school again. My mom just came inside my room and said, what happened? So I had to tell her, this is what happened. She was so angry. How can he do that? This is his daughter. How can he do that? My father should not know this because if my father hears this, his head will not be on his shoulder again. Later did I know that my mother went straight to him and his wife. I am telling you. I never knew until my final year. So that very fateful day, they had ASU meeting right inside SAT auditorium, and we were waiting for the meeting to finish so that we'll go for our classes. And I was leaning on one car like that. I never knew that was his car. Somebody walked to me and called me Ada. You've always been a beautiful girl. Look at you, you're all grown. I hope you've matured now. You will not run and go and tell your mother. I was like, run and go and tell my mother what? When I saw him, I wanted to run away. I don't know. One man said I should stay. This is my father. He cannot do me any other thing. I wanted to run away. One man said, I hope you will not go and tell your mother again. That I was like, tell my mother what? So I did not even talk to him because I never wanted to see that man again in my life. I was still in shock. Seeing him brought back the memory of what happened to me that day. What I did then was now just call my mother and ask my mother, did you tell this man? My mother said, of course, that he warned him. And now tell me, one of my uncles, I said, no wonder. Uncle Chikomere, may you so rest in peace, a very good man. So he was sending me to this man one day. Maybe it was after my mom now went to tell me, he said, that this is so sad. I now remember what he was telling me. I wasn't recalling because I'm not thinking, did he know about what happened? Oh God. And I'm like, why did you tell them? They say yes, so that he will not near me again. For the fact that he even called me, you're always a beautiful girl. That thing even angers my mom at that moment again. I'm also, he's still calling you a beautiful girl. That man he's shameless to be still calling you a beautiful girl. So my mother said, did he say anything? I said no. So why am I saying this? This is how my parents protected me. I was harassed by my father's friend, and nobody blamed me. And here, the first lady of this country is telling women to stop making themselves cheap. So you assume that when a woman is harassed, it's because she made herself cheap. I never expected this from the office of the first lady. This is, my God, this is so unfair. This is so unfair. This is not like a mother. When are men going to take responsibility? When will you hold men accountable? You see, all those women are all enablers, and they know that their husbands are all abusers. That's why they always come out to defend this kind of thing. And it is a show of shame.